Few names in baseball history evoke the mix of admiration and curiosity that Johan Santana brings to mind. Imagine a pitcher capable of leaving even the best MLB hitters dumbfounded, with a pitching arsenal so effective that it seemed to defy the laws of physics. Johan Santana was not just a player. He was an artist on the mound, painting the strike zone with surgical precision and an almost supernatural sense of control. His story goes far beyond Cy Young trophies or the records he broke. It's a journey marked by hard work, resilience, and the ability to turn a pitch into a pure spectacle of magic. I'm Alder Santos, and welcome to our channel, Legends of Baseball. Get ready to discover what made Santana one of the greatest of all time. But who was Johan Santana before the bright lights of the MLB? A simple boy from Venezuela, driven by the dream of making history in one of the most competitive sports in the world. Few could imagine that this young man, without the raw power of other pitchers, would become one of the most feared and respected players of his generation. Santana didn't just dominate on the field. He redefined what it meant to be an effective pitcher, utilizing intelligence, strategy, and of course, that legendary changeup that became his signature. How did he do it? What set him apart from his contemporaries? These are the questions we'll explore in detail. Watch this video to the end and discover the most exciting and surprising moments of Johan Santana's career. We want to know, who was the pitcher that left the biggest mark on your memory in baseball? Or has Santana already earned that spot in your heart? Leave your thoughts in the comments and share your memories of this legendary player. Let's talk about the greatness of the sport. And then there's the moment everyone remembers. Santana's historic no-hitter in 2012, the first in New York Mets history. It was an achievement that transcended the sport, a moment that brought tears to the eyes of fans and solidified his place in the immortality of baseball. But this accomplishment came at a cost, marking the beginning of a physical decline he would face with the same determination that led him to the top. Who was Johan Santana behind the scenes, away from the spotlight? How did he handle the highs and lows of such an intense career? In this video, we dive deep into Johan Santana's life and legacy, a story filled with inspiration, lessons, and a talent that left an indelible mark on the sport. Johan Santana, one of the most dominant pitchers of his generation, was born on March 13, 1979, in Tovar, Venezuela. From an early age, he showed a natural talent for baseball, a sport deeply rooted in Venezuelan culture. Santana grew up playing on local fields, where he honed his skills and quickly stood out as a promising young player. Santana began his professional career when he was signed by the Houston Astros in 1995 as an amateur free agent. However, he didn't find a clear path to the major leagues within the Astros organization. In 1999, he was selected by the Minnesota Twins in the Rule 5 draft, a move that would prove to be pivotal for his career. Although Santana initially struggled to establish himself in the MLB, the Twins recognized his potential and were willing to invest in his development. Santana's early years with the Twins were ones of learning and adaptation. He spent much of the 2000 and 2001 seasons as a reliever, gaining experience and working on his mechanics. The 2002 season was a turning point as he began to show flashes of his future greatness. Although he wasn't yet a star, Santana began refining his pitching arsenal, especially his devastating changeup, which would become his trademark. The 2003 season was a prelude to the dominance that would follow. Santana started being used as a starter more frequently and finished the year with a 3.07 ERA in 158.1 innings. His performance caught the attention of the entire league, and he was clearly gearing up for a big breakout. In 2004, Santana exploded onto the scene. He led the American League in ERA 2.61, strikeouts 265, and whip 0.92, winning his first Cy Young Award. He was particularly dominant in the second half of the season, with a 1.21 ERA after the All-Star break, cementing his reputation as one of baseball's best pitchers. In 2005, Santana continued his excellence, although he didn't repeat his Cy Young win. He led the American League in strikeouts for the second consecutive year and maintained a 2.87 ERA. His consistency as one of the league's best pitchers was unquestionable. However, it was in 2006 that Santana solidified his legacy even further. He won his second Cy Young Award after leading the league in wins, 19, ERA, 2.77, and strikeouts, 245. He also led the league in whip and innings pitched, demonstrating complete dominance in every facet of the game. The period from 2004 to 2006 is widely considered the peak of Santana's career. During those seasons, he was undoubtedly the best pitcher in baseball, combining power, control, and intelligence in ways rarely seen. He became the first pitcher to win the pitching Triple Crown, leading the league in wins, ERA, and strikeouts since Dwight Gooden in 1985. His ability to neutralize opponents with his devastating changeup, combined with an effective fastball and precise slider, made him nearly unstoppable. In 2008, Santana was traded to the New York Mets, marking the start of a new phase in his career. The trade was a high-impact move for the Mets, who hoped Santana would take them back to the playoffs. In his first season with the team, Santana did not disappoint. He finished the year with a 2.53 ERA and 206 strikeouts in 234.1 innings, finishing third in the Cy Young voting. His performance included memorable moments, such as a complete game against the Florida Marlins in September, where he pitched through knee pain to keep the Mets' playoff hopes alive. Unfortunately, Santana's career began to be plagued by injuries after his arrival with the Mets. He missed much of the 2009 season due to elbow surgery. Despite this, he returned strong in 2010, posting a 2.98 ERA before suffering another injury that prematurely ended the season. Santana missed the entire 2011 season due to shoulder surgery, but his determination and passion for the game remained unwavering. The most iconic moment of Santana's career came on June 1st, 2012, when he threw the first no-hitter in Mets history. In a heroic performance against the St. Louis Cardinals, Santana threw 134 pitches to secure the historic victory. Despite facing criticism for exceeding his pitch limit while recovering from injury, Santana insisted it was a moment he would never forget. The feat further solidified his place in baseball history and ensured his legacy among Mets fans. However, the no-hitter also marked the beginning of the end for Santana. He struggled to recover physically after the effort, and injuries continued to torment him. He missed the entire 2013 season due to a new shoulder surgery and was released by the Mets at the end of the year. Santana attempted to return to baseball in 2014 and 2015, signing contracts with the Baltimore Orioles and Toronto Blue Jays, respectively, but was never able to regain his dominant form. Although his career was cut short due to injuries, Santana's impact on baseball is undeniable. He finished his career with a 139-78 record, a 3.20 ERA, and 1,988 strikeouts in 2,025.2 innings. He was a four-time All-Star and led the American League in ERA 3 times. His dominance during the peak of his career places him among the best pitchers of his generation. Johan Santana is also remembered for his impact off the field. He was always a proud advocate for his home country, Venezuela, and frequently participated in charitable initiatives to help underprivileged communities. His humility and character made him a role model for young players worldwide. Santana's legacy is that of a pitcher who combined extraordinary talent with an unwavering work ethic. He showed that success in baseball doesn't come solely from physical ability, but also from intelligence, determination, and a passion for the game. His ability to stand out in an era of exceptional pitchers is a testament to his greatness. Although his career was interrupted by injuries, the brilliant moments he provided for fans will never be forgotten. Johan Santana will forever remain in the memory of Minnesota Twins fans, New York Mets fans, and baseball lovers in general as one of the great pitchers in the sport's history. His journey is an example of how talent, combined with dedication and resilience, can overcome challenges and create a lasting legacy. Santana grew up in Tovar, a small Venezuelan town, where baseball was more than a sport. It was a national passion. The local competition helped shape his spirit, while community coaches quickly recognized his talent. From an early age, he displayed uncommon control over the ball and a determination that set him apart from his peers. Before becoming an international star, Johan shone in local leagues and youth competitions. His performance caught the attention of international scouts, who saw in him not only a promising player, but a unique talent. Signing with the Houston Astros was the first major step towards stardom. Like many Latin American players, Johan faced challenges when adapting to the United States minor league system. The language barrier, homesickness, and the high level of competition were significant obstacles. However, his work ethic helped him overcome these difficulties, solidifying his position as a rising star. The trade to the Minnesota Twins in 1999 proved to be a turning point in his career. It was in Minnesota that he found coaches who believed in his potential and gave him the opportunity to develop his famous changeup. This pitch would become his signature, confusing hitters throughout his career. Between 2002 and 2003, Johan began to establish himself as one of the top pitchers in the Twins rotation. He evolved from a raw talent to an impactful player, with numbers that already pointed to his future rise. In 2004, he finally reached ace status, leading the league in several key categories. The 2004 season was historic for Johan Santana. With a 2.61 ERA and 265 strikeouts, he dominated opponents and won his first Cy Young Award. His dominance in the second half of the season was particularly impressive, cementing him as the best pitcher in the league that year. 2 years later, Johan repeated the feat, winning another Cy Young in 2006. He led the MLB in wins, 19, ERA, 2.77, and strikeouts, 245. His consistent performances were the backbone of the Twins, who often surprised critics with their competitive campaigns. In 2008, Johan was traded to the New York Mets in one of the most impactful moves of the decade. Expectations were high, but he did not disappoint. In his first season, he led the league in ERA, 2.53, and had a series of memorable performances, including a complete game in the final stretch to keep the Mets' playoff hopes alive. One of the most iconic moments of his career came on June 1st, 2012, when Johan Santana pitched the first no-hitter in New York Mets history. The achievement was even more remarkable considering his recent shoulder injuries, which many believed had limited his ability. Santana showed that he still had the capability to shine on the big stage. Unfortunately, persistent injuries began to hinder his career. After the 2012 season, he suffered another shoulder tear, effectively ending his 2013 season. Although he attempted to return to baseball, including stints with the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays, injuries prevented him from regaining his elite form. Despite a career cut short by injuries, Johan Santana left a legacy few players achieve. He was one of the most dominant pitchers of his era, known for his surgical precision and a changeup that redefined the game. He opened doors for other Venezuelan players and is widely considered one of the greatest athletes in his country. Santana is also remembered for his contributions off the field. He invested in community projects in Venezuela, offering opportunities for young players aspiring to follow in his footsteps. His dedication to the sport and the development of young talent solidified his status as a respected figure, both inside and outside of baseball. Although his career was shortened by injuries, many argue that Johan Santana deserves a place in the Baseball Hall of Fame. His 2 Cy Young wins, elite numbers, and impact on the game are powerful arguments in favor of his candidacy. Johan Santana is often compared to other pitchers of his generation, such as Pedro Martinez and Roy Halladay. Although their careers were longer or more consistent, Santana's peak was as dominant as any of theirs. His ability to control the game, especially during his Cy Young seasons, places him in an elite category. Santana's most iconic pitch, the changeup, was not only effective but revolutionary. He used hand movement and speed to deceive hitters, making the pitch look like a fastball until the last moment. Many young pitchers have tried to replicate his technique, but few have mastered the pitch like he did. Although his MLB career was the main focus, Johan Santana also represented Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic. His participation in these tournaments reinforced his role as an ambassador for the sport, inspiring a new generation of Venezuelan players. After officially retiring from MLB, Santana remained involved in baseball. He took on mentoring roles for younger players and participated in commemorative events organized by the Twins and Mets. His presence is still felt in the baseball community, even outside the spotlight. The Minnesota Twins, where Johan spent his most dominant years, honored him in various ways. In 2018, he was inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame, an honor that celebrates his invaluable contribution to the franchise. Fans continue to revere him as one of the best players to ever wear the team's uniform. Johan Santana is a symbol of excellence in Venezuelan baseball. His success story inspired many young players in his home country, helping strengthen the rich baseball tradition in Venezuela. He is often cited as a model of hard work and dedication for those who aspire to play professionally. Although Santana became eligible for the Hall of Fame in 2018, he did not receive enough votes to remain on the ballot. This sparked heated debates among fans and experts. Many believe that the short duration of his career should not overshadow the impact he had on the game during his prime. Several former teammates, coaches, and analysts have advocated for Santana's inclusion in the Hall of Fame. They argue that his dominance at his peak, along with his achievements, such as 2 Cy Young awards and a no-hitter, should be enough to secure his place among the game's greats. Santana is a shining example of how perseverance and dedication can lead to success. Despite the injuries and challenges he faced, he never gave up on his passion for baseball. His story continues to inspire athletes of all ages and backgrounds. Johan frequently credits his coaches and teammates for helping him reach success. From his minor league days to his MLB seasons, he was guided by people who believed in his talent and helped him maximize his potential. Santana helped redefine the pitching position in the modern era, emphasizing the importance of control, strategy, and intelligence on the mound. He showed that a pitcher doesn't need only velocity. Precision and intelligence can also dominate the game. Although Johan Santana no longer plays professionally, he has the potential to contribute to the sport in other ways. Whether as a coach, consultant, or commentator, his knowledge and experience are valuable for the development of the game. Johan Santana's career is a testament to talent, hard work, and resilience. He left an indelible mark on baseball, and his legacy will continue to inspire fans and players for many years. Johan Santana is not just a baseball icon, but also an example for those facing challenges in any area of life. His journey shows that it is possible to overcome difficulties, adapt to adverse circumstances, and still reach extraordinary levels of success. Off the field, Santana was always praised for his humility and approachability. He never let fame distance him from his roots. Interacting with fans, participating in community events, and supporting social causes made him not only a great athlete, but also a great person. In Venezuela and other parts of the world, many young aspiring players cite Johan Santana as an inspiration. They see him as a model of how talent can be amplified by effort, discipline, and a passion for the sport. Although Santana built his career primarily in MLB, his impact transcended borders. He is widely recognized as one of the best pitchers of his era, and his style of play is studied and celebrated globally. Santana's no-hitter for the Mets is often cited as one of the most memorable moments in the franchise's history. For fans, it was more than a statistical milestone. It was the celebration of the perseverance that defined his career. Both the Mets and the Twins have a special place for Johan Santana in their histories. While the Mets celebrate his no-hitter and contributions to the team, the Twins fondly remember the years of dominance he provided to the franchise. During his final years in MLB, Santana took on the role of mentor to younger players. His willingness to share knowledge and guide younger teammates shows his commitment to the growth of the sport. Even after his retirement, Santana continues to receive tributes. Whether at sports events, commemorative ceremonies, or inspirational speeches, he is often called upon to share his experiences and reflections on the sport. Santana always highlighted the importance of his family in his journey. The unwavering support of his loved ones was a crucial foundation for dealing with the pressures and challenges of a professional career. Johan Santana's pitching style, especially his mastery with the changeup, influenced an entire generation of pitchers. He demonstrated that control and intelligence can be as lethal as pure speed. A distinctive feature of Santana was his constant pursuit of excellence. He never settled for success and always looked for ways to improve, even when he was at the peak of his career. The injuries that shortened Santana's career also underscored his determination. Even facing difficult rehabs and uncertainties, he never lost his passion for the game or his will to compete. Santana has publicly reflected on his career, emphasizing his gratitude for the opportunities he had and the people who helped him along the way. He frequently mentions that despite the challenges, he wouldn't change anything about his journey. Santana's impact on Venezuelan baseball goes beyond his playing career. He became a symbol of how local talent can shine on the international stage and continues to inspire the next generation of players in his country. Several former teammates of Santana have praised him as one of the best players they ever played with. Their stories highlight not only his talent on the field, but also his humility and camaraderie in the clubhouse. Santana's relationship with fans was always special. He made a point of interacting with them, valuing their passion and support, and never forgetting the role they played in the success of the sport. In Venezuela, Johan Santana is more than a renowned athlete. He is a national icon. His journey from humble beginnings in Tovar to becoming one of the best pitchers in MLB is a source of great pride for his home country. He frequently represented Venezuela with honor, both in the league and in international competitions, carrying his nation's colors with a tremendous sense of responsibility. Santana's influence on Venezuelan baseball is not limited to inspiring young players. He has also contributed to the growth of the sport in the country, supporting local initiatives and serving as a mentor for emerging talents. His legacy is a driving force that continues to shape the future of baseball in Venezuela. Sports journalists and analysts often highlight Johan Santana as one of the most intelligent pitchers of his generation. His mastery of the changeup, his ability to read hitters, and his meticulous preparation for games are often mentioned as models for modern players. Santana's contribution to the sport has been recognized not only in the United States and Venezuela, but also in other countries where baseball is popular. He has been honored at international events and cited as an example of how dedication and talent can transcend borders. Although Santana was not known for being vocal, he led by example. His work ethic and commitment to the game inspired his teammates and showed that actions often speak louder than words. Although Santana has left the field, his legacy remains alive. He is remembered as one of the best pitchers of his era, and his story continues to inspire players and fans around the world. Johan Santana has left an indelible mark on baseball culture. He symbolizes the spirit of the game, continuous effort, refined skill, and the ability to overcome adversity. For many, his name is synonymous with excellence and passion for a sport that unites nations and generations. Throughout his career, Santana was frequently compared to other great pitchers of his era. While players like Pedro Martinez and Greg Maddux brought unique styles to the mound, Santana brought a combination of technical dominance and competitive courage that set him apart. He stood out in an era filled with talent, solidifying his position among the greats. Johan Santana's changeup not only earned him success, but also influenced a new generation of pitchers. Today, many pitchers work to master this technique, recognizing the impact it had on Santana's career and how it shaped modern baseball. In addition to his famous changeup, Santana was a strategist on the mound. He innovated by adjusting his pitches according to the hitters, always finding ways to stay one step ahead. His intelligence in the game is something many current coaches cite as a reference. Some moments in Johan Santana's career are eternal. In addition to his historic no-hitter, there are memorable games, such as his duels with major league hitters, where his ability to neutralize the best became evident. These moments are frequently revisited by fans as evidence of his genius. Johan Santana is also known for his strong family ties. He frequently credits his family for his success, highlighting the unwavering support he received during the highs and lows of his career. This solid foundation allowed him to maintain focus and determination over the years. After his retirement, Johan Santana assumed a mentor role for young players, particularly in Venezuela. He offers guidance on how to handle the pressure of elite sports and the importance of never losing passion for the game. Even after hanging up his cleats, Santana continues to receive tributes. He was inducted into various regional halls of fame and commemorative events, always being recognized as one of the greatest of his generation. When Johan Santana reflects on his career, he speaks of gratitude. He thanks the fans, coaches, teammates, and the journey that shaped him. Santana frequently mentions how baseball gave him a platform to give back to his community and inspire the next generation. The stories of Johan Santana, from his glory days on the mound to his influence behind the scenes, will continue to be told by fans and teammates. He is a living example of how sport can transcend the confines of the field, creating a lasting impact. Santana's career offers valuable lessons for life: perseverance in the face of adversity, hard work as the path to success, and the importance of staying humble, even at the peak of fame. These teachings are applicable not only in sports but in any area of life. Johan Santana's story is a testament to what is possible with talent, hard work, and a heart full of determination. From his early steps in baseball in Venezuela to becoming one of the most dominant pitchers of his generation, Santana paved a path marked by excellence and resilience. He showed that true success in sports is not measured only by statistics or awards, but also by the ability to inspire and impact lives. His journey was not without challenges, but each obstacle faced contributed to the creation of a narrative that transcends the playing field and reaches the hearts of fans around the world. Santana was not just a pitcher. He was an artist on the mound. His mastery of the changeup baffled even the best hitters, and his precise control turned every game into a spectacle. However, what truly separated Johan from other players was not just his ability, but his passion for the sport. He brought an infectious intensity to every inning and showed that baseball was much more than a job. It was a deep love that guided every step of his career. His work ethic inspired teammates, coaches, and young hopefuls who dreamt of reaching the major leagues. As we reflect on Santana's impact, we realize how he united nations and cultures through baseball. Representing Venezuela with pride, he became a symbol of hope for many in his homeland and an ambassador for the sport on the global stage. Johan Santana reminds us that baseball, at its core, is a game that transcends borders and speaks a universal language, that of passion and human effort. His legacy is not just that of a great athlete, but of someone who carried the dreams of a generation on his shoulders and fulfilled them with grace and humility. Although injuries shortened his career, Santana's impact remains as alive as ever. His memorable performances, including the historic no-hitter, are etched in the history of the sport, but his legacy goes beyond statistics. Johan Santana leaves us with a powerful lesson. The true meaning of greatness is not just in individual triumphs, but in how we inspire others and leave a lasting impact. May his story continue to motivate future pitchers and remind fans that, in baseball, as in life, every pitch is an opportunity to achieve greatness. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content, and hit the bell to receive notifications. And make sure to leave your comment. Johan Santana is a symbol of inspiration. His story of determination and overcoming challenges is a guiding light for young players who dream of reaching the top. He showed that talent combined with effort can lead to great achievements. Looking back, it is impossible to ignore Johan Santana's monumental impact on baseball. He was a fierce competitor, a respected teammate, and a hero to many. His career, filled with unforgettable moments, will always be celebrated as one of the richest and most inspiring in the sport. Until the next journey, dear baseball-loving friends,